Hey guys, Caleb here with Steve Meyer's Service. Wanted to take a few minutes today to talk about the Toro Timecutter 42-inch with the stamp deck. So first off, we're going to talk about the Smart Speed Control System, which is what this little blue knob is right here. This is going to act as a high, medium, and low for your transmission. So this is a great feature for the beginning operators, first-time learners. You can bump that up into the low gear. That's going to slow down the overall speed and sensitivity of the unit, so it's not as quick, not as touchy. Great feature for those beginning learners. Like I said, really lets them pick up how to operate a zero turn without the nerves of a fast touchy machine. For those who are more experienced or know how to run a zero turn, you can bump that down into the fast speed, and that's really going to allow you to get the top speed out of the machine and really get that yard done quickly. As we go to the left here, we're going to have our height of cut lever, which it displays 1.5 all the way up to 4.5 inches. So as you pull up and in on that lever, that's going to allow you to change your height of cut. Here in Ohio, we're typically around, we would suggest 3 inches or higher, but that's all going to be based on a personal preference. As we continue to go to the left here, we're going to have your controls. So we're going to have your throttle, your choke, your key switch, and your blades. So we would suggest a full throttle and a full choke in order to start the machine. Once the unit's fired up, go ahead and push that choke down, and when you're ready to engage the blades, we want to engage those blades at full throttle, and then you can pull up on that PTO button right there to get them going. We suggest the full throttle position for starting the blades because if you would engage it at a low throttle, it's really going to lug the engine. It's going to have that belt kind of be slapping around. That could lead to stretching the belt out or sometimes popping it off the pulleys, and we don't want that to happen. So engage those blades at full throttle. It's going to snap everything into place real nice and quick and get those blades going for you. Then when you're ready to shut down the unit, because this particular mower has a Toro engine on it, we do want to shut down the engine at full throttle. So leave that in the full throttle position, turn that key off to shut it down, and that'll turn the unit off. As we go under the seat here, we're going to get a view of the battery. We got the solenoid and the brake box. So on this mower, on the Timecutter series in general, they have an automatic brake that is built into the sticks. So because it's electronic, once the key is on and you pull in one of your sticks, that's going to disengage the brake automatically for you. You don't have to worry about a secondary lever to take on and off. Then as we go back to the engine here, we're going to have our dipstick, which is going to be both your check and your fill. So it is a latch cap, so in order to get the proper reading, what we do want to do is latch that cap, and then you can take it out and look at the oil level. Right below that is going to be the oil filter. So we're going to give you nice and easy access there to get that oil filter off, so that way it makes changing the oil nice and easy. And when it comes to the drain, you got your drain right here. This is going to be a tool-free drain. So what you do is you wiggle this out at the bottom. You're going to pull down on that hose. It's going to take the hose off, and then it's going to let you drain the oil out. Then you can put that back in there, and you're all set. As we continue to go to the back, we're going to have your air filter here. Quick and easy access there as well. I really like that feature. Make sure you can keep a nice clean air filter. Keep that engine running strong. And we got your spark plugs on both sides. And then you got your fuel filter right here as well. So nice and easy access to all those features for those people who like to get their hands dirty a little bit, do a little bit of their own maintenance. They really make it nice and easy. Then in the back here, we're going to have your tow relief valves on each side of the exhaust. So be careful if the engine was running or whatnot. In order to release the transmissions, what you want to do is you want to push in and down on those tow relief valves on each side. So make sure you push them in and down. Now keep in mind, we talked about just a few seconds ago the brake. The brake is electronic, so in order to remove the parking brake, we got to turn the key to the on position and pull one stick in. Now that the brake is released and those tow relief valves are engaged, now we can push the machine. And then always just make sure that you put that brake back on and turn your key off. That way it doesn't run your battery down, and then you can pull those pins back out whenever you're done. As we continue to go to the left, we're going to have your fuel tank right here. This is going to be your fill. spin that cap off, and that's where you're going to fill your gas. It does have a fuel gauge on it, or we could call it more of a see-through, which is going to be this little see-through right here. So right now we got a half tank of gas in it. What we suggest is do not, once this reaches the top here, don't continue to fill it. We don't want you to top off the gas in the top. That's because the tank vent is actually below where this fill neck is. So if you brought the gas all the way up here, it's going to be higher than the vent. Then that gas is going to get into the vent, run back to the engine, and it could end up making the engine run poorly. So we don't want to do that. So once you hit the top of your gauge right here, go ahead and stop filling. And the cap here has a real nice ratcheting system. You can't tighten it too tight, but you can still get it off. Then as we come back to the front, we're going to have your storage container right there. That's great for the clippers, the loppers, those kinds of things, any tools you might want to keep on the machine for while you're mowing. Now this machine's going to come with a 3-year warranty. That's going to cover any idler pulleys, spindle bearings, key switch, PTO switch, throttle lever, choke lever, those kinds of things. It's going to be parts and labor covered inside those 3 years. But keep in mind, only thing not covered in 3 years, belts and tires are 90 days, and the battery is a year warranty. Alright guys, that's the 42-inch time cutter with the stamped deck. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Thank you.